I'm Tom. I'm a fellow speedrunner and moderator on the FNaF SB speedrun.com page and a helpful hand on the community Discord. This video is going to be an overview of the Discord server and all the changes that have been made as of the 27th of December. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them down below in the comments. Otherwise, let's get started. So what happened to the speedrun.com leaderboards? The leaderboard was recently changed to reflect an easier understanding of each category. The changes to the category may be hard to understand, so I will try to explain them here. Out of bounds. Out of bounds is the old any percent. What that means is that cummy clip, nick and mend strats, and hardware based strats are not allowed. The new curtain clip, however, is allowed, as it is possible for PCs of high and low specs to achieve the exact same result, and so is the Phasorblast elevator clip. Inbounds. Inbounds is the normal way of speedrunning. This means no clipping outside of the walls or deloading. However, you can use Freddy to clip through invisible walls at doors as long as you do not clip outside the map or deload anything. If your game does indeed deload, then you can pause the game for 5 to 7 seconds and it will reload everything in. No major skips. In this category, you cannot clip through the game and you must complete the game without skipping major sections of the run. Any percent. Any percent is unrestricted now, which means that you can use hardware based strategies and any other strategies that you can find in-game to try and beat the game. Savewarping has been brought up a fair bit by now within the community, but there's still a lot of talk about whether or not it should be allowed. This is a hard no from all moderators. Savewarping, where you use a different save game from before your run to respawn at that save, is not allowed in any of these prior categories. The reason for this is because Savewarping is technically a form of New Game Plus. While any percent is unrestricted, we are not going to be allowing New Game Plus in any game modes or any categories for as long as this run shall exist. PC and console was also separated this week, as it's becoming more and more apparent that console limitations and patches are starting to make the PC strategies impossible for them. So after a big push from the community about this change, they are now separated. We hope that this change will allow console players to continue running in their own categories against consoles of similar performance and not have to worry about the times that PC patches are going to use when the new patches patch everything out, as we'll be able to roll back to the old patches before these changes have been made. Vanny's Phasorblast illegal skip. Recently, it was found that if you use the elevator clip on the Vanny out of bounds run and then use it to clip behind a door, you'll end up down in the server room which is connected to the stairs leading up to Vanny's hideout. This seemed like it would be the next big time save. However, it has been discovered that higher end graphics cards ranging from the 2070s to the 3090s and the AMD equivalents cannot perform this deload long enough to get behind the wall. Talks are still ongoing about runs using this method and will be categorized as any percent for now. However, this may change in the future, so please listen out for a new video then. Hi, this is Future Tom here. With all the excitement that's occurred over the past few days, there's been a discovery about how to clip through the Phasorblast wall in a way that allows all graphics cards to make the distance before the game loads back in. This new strategy utilizes a deload by where the player jumps on top of this rail, runs at a very slight angle, spams jump until they get on top of the invisible barrier that blocks the player otherwise. Then you run along the rail to the top before jumping off and completing the Vanny room skip this way. This way is now allowed and is included in Out of Bounds.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
The FNaF menu loader, FML, or F My Life, is officially available and is allowed to be used as a performance increaser. While no actual modding is allowed, you are allowed to use the menu loader to decrease your game's graphics and lighting to increase performance. If you are to use FML, the mod team would like to ask that you disclose that you are using it by showing it on screen for a few frames, saying it with your voice, and to show what settings you have enabled. Cheating and modding illegally is a bannable offense and will not be tolerated by any of our mods. What are the mods doing to verify runs on speedrun.com? As of the 27th of December, there are over 100 unverified submissions. This is not only incredible, but is also daunting to say the least. Mods are working around the clock to try and verify as many runs as they can each day. Remember, they are not being paid for this, and they choose to volunteer their time, so please do not private message or harass any of the moderators to verify your runs first. There are runs that are taking days to verify, either due to grey area strategies, where we don't know whether the strategies used in the run should be allowed or shouldn't be allowed, and further ongoing conversations are happening behind the scenes, or lengths of the runs we are starting to see are reaching 2 hours or longer. We'd like to ask you to be patient with us as we settle into this new leaderboard and as we learn the runs on a deeper level and individual level. I hope that this has answered some questions concerning the speedrunning community for FNaF SB, and I hope that everyone will help each other to break this already broken game into splinters. Happy running and safe holidays.